How's it going, everyone? It's Ben Foggins, Media Corner, back again with a brand new video for today. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it's going to be on the 2024 superhero film, and this is the third and final entry to this series of films that began since 2018, and it's also the fifth installment to this universe of films that also began in the same year as well, and that is Venom: The Last Dance. This is the directorial debut of writer and director Kelly Marcel, whom she wrote and directed this movie, and of course has Tom Hardy reprising his role as Eddie Brock in Venom, where this time around we see them that they're on the run and they are facing pursuit from both worlds, and as circumstances are being tightened, they are compelled to make a heart-wrenching choice that could mark the end of the symbiotic partnership. So that's pretty much the story of Venom: The Last Dance. Now, when it comes to the two previous Venom movies as part of this whole universe of films, which is, of course, the Sony Spider-Man universe, they're definitely like the best entries when it comes to this whole universe of films, because I generally found both of those movies to be just generally entertaining. But as for the other two movies as part of this whole universe of films, which are, of course, Morbius and Madam Web, yeah, those movies were just absolute snorefest. Like, both of those movies just generally made me want to fall asleep as I was watching those films when I first saw them in the cinemas, because I didn't find myself having an entertaining time with any of those movies whatsoever. But as for the two previous films, anyway, I did rewatch both of those movies in preparation for this movie when I was looking forward to this one when it was about to come out. And I did check out this movie on opening day, which was the 25th of October of this year. And after watching this whole movie here, unfortunately, I would have to say this is probably my least favorite when it comes to the Venom movies here, but I wouldn't necessarily say this final entry was absolutely bad. It's not as bad like Morbius or Madam Web bad. I just found this movie to be just both bittersweet, but yeah, pretty messy here. In terms of acting in the movie, Tom Hardy is still fun and entertaining as Eddie Brock in Venom. And when it comes to Venom himself, of course, he does tend to steal the show once again here, like he did in the previous movies. And as for everyone else in the movie, in which you've got Chiwetel Ejiofor, Juno Temple, Rhys, Ifans, and Stephen Graham, for the most part, they are pretty solid here. And when it comes to the action sequences, they did feel kind of sloppy when it came to some of that here, but the movie does manage to make them a bit entertaining here, even though they never show like any signs of like graphic material to them whatsoever, because these are not like R-rated. These movies, like the Venom movies, are not R-rated. They're PG-13 movies, and like we do see like Venom biting off people's heads, but we don't see like any signs of blood whatsoever. And when it comes to the CGI in the film here, there are times where it does feel unconvincing when the movie requires some of that here. Like when we do see like the other symbiotes that come from space in this movie. And while the movie does try to have a story here, since this is the grand finale here of Eddie and Venom, where we see them finding themselves in a new situation, and there are in the movie for a major part of the time in the movie here, but the movie just sprinkles in other storylines that we do see in the film here. Like you've got one with Dr. Teddy Payne, whom she lost her brother, and you've got one with his family who are like these alien enthusiasts. And when it came to their storylines in the film, I didn't find myself really invested with any of them whatsoever. And speaking of the family that we do follow in the movie, they do provide a moment in the film here that I felt like had like no purpose to be in the film, where it's like a road traveling song sequence, and for that scene, it just did not work for me here. And since the film is called Venom: The Last Dance, there's a moment in the movie that we've seen in the trailer where Venom does dance, in which it did feel kind of awkward, but I did feel like it was necessary to be put in the movie here since this is called The Last Dance. And the movie does tend to have heart to it, which it is something I did expect since this is the final Venom movie here. And for the most part, it did work out well here for the character of Venom. And when it comes to the overall ending in the movie, I just found it to be a little underwhelmed here when it came to that point in the movie. But all in all, Venom: The Last Dance, again, I found this movie to be both bittersweet, but yeah, it was pretty messy here. But I would watch this movie over the last two movies that we did get of this whole universe of films, which are, again, Morbius and Madam Web. But again, I would say this is probably my least favorite when it comes to this, when it comes to the overall Venom movies here. But if you're a fan of the previous Venom movies, or you're a fan of Tom Hardy yourself, I can definitely say this would definitely be a good popcorn treat for yourselves here. So that's pretty much all to say about Venom: The Last Dance. I'm going to give Venom: The Last Dance 2.5 out of 5. As I said, I would definitely say this is probably my least favorite when it comes to the overall Venom movies here, but there are certain portions of this movie I did find myself enjoying quite a bit here, but for everything else, I did find myself pretty unimpressed by with them here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my AK After I Saw review on Venom The Last Dance. Let me know what you think of this overall grand finale, if you've seen this already, or if you just recently checked this out. Did you had a blast with this, or you're very disappointed with it here? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.